Okay, I think we're live.
Okay.
All right, boys.
Cool.
Yeah, welcome to the first live stream. Welcome to the Smoke Lounge.
Yeah. Yes.
1st of April. It's a new thing that we're trying out. These, I think, in contrast to the Pipecast that we've been doing, are going to be a little bit more freeform, we think, and we're just kind of gonna, go with it and see what comes. It's more like a hangout. It's more like a.
We're gonna go to the Green Dragon.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, we're at the Green Dragon, bro. That's what it's all about. So I'm hoping you guys saw the little community post that I put out, and a few of you are going to join us. But if not, we'll
Post
hang out too.
Yeah. It's all good.
All right, first things first. What are you smoking, man?
So I've got. I wanted to kind of take a look at some Petersons, some of those Peterson English blends, and I'm hitting straight up on the nightcap, bro. I'm all over the nightcap.
Time of day for it.
Right time. Nighttime is the right time.
Yeah.
It's good. Latakia in there a little bit.
Yeah.
Perique.
Yeah, there's Perique in there, yeah.
And
Orientals
and brown Cavendish.
I don't think.
Or is that in the?
That's in the My Mixture,
Mixture.
That really comes out in the My Mixture, really sweet caramel tones. But it's not in there. That's like less sweet, right? I mean, there's like a little bit of kind of dark fruit kind of sweetness, but
you described it as, I think, once as the goth cousin of EMP.
It's the goth sister of EMP.
Goth sister of EMP.
Yeah,
right.
that's what it is. Yeah.
That's a great shout.
Yeah, it's the hot goth chick. I'm going with. I'm also smoking some Peterson. I'm going with the University Flake, which is a straight Virginia, I believe. It's just Virginia.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, I believe.
Cased?
Yes. It's got a topping of. It doesn't say it in the description, but it's definitely some kind of plum.
Okay.
Or dark fruit. It's. I think it's kind of what Fire Dance Flake wanted to be.
Got it.
So
is that what part of the old Dunhill blends then?
I don't think that is.
No.
I don't think that is. I think that's one of Peterson's.
One of their magic.
Yeah.
Their magic mixtures.
Yeah. Because that is an NX Dunhill.
It is.
The nightcap.
Yes, it is. Yeah. And the EMP and
my mixture. Yeah.
So what pipe are you smoking?
Yeah, I'm smoking the Cobbit, bro. I'm smoking because
great call.
Oh, we got a couple. James. Yo, James. Anthony from the US Bourbon Neophyte asked me to persuade you guys to join in one morning. If you're up for it, definitely.
Bro, yeah, 100%.
Absolutely. Yeah. We're really interested in conversations with new people.
Especially stateside.
Yeah.
Especially stateside. I don't know what it is. I've got the Tennessee twang in my mind, man. Those guys have really got it going on. And that's the kind of it's like the spiritual home of where our Baccy came from.
Exactly,
comes from,
yeah.
Right?
The American boys, they do it right, I think.
Yeah.
They got I haven't tried any of the American tobaccos yet, but I'm really excited to do so.
Yeah.
If I can get my hands on some.
Yeah.
And and especially because I'm really into the Burley, and it seems to be something those guys do over there quite well, like really well.
Yeah.
Like a lot of the what they call codger blends, like the old man blends. Like over here, really only we've got Condor, and the St. Bruno.
St. Bruno, right?
Which are pretty Virginia based.
They are.
Which I guess kind of makes sense in a way because Virginia, that's like an English colony originally.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, sorry lads.
Yeah, I don't know if colony is the right word.
And thank you.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah. And God bless.
And God bless.
But like the Americans, when they talk about like their old man blends. They got like half and half, which is like half Virginia, half Burley, and I think Five Brothers, which is a Burley that they talk about, and it just seems to be something that they do well.
So I hear Boswell's talked a lot as well on the, especially on the Orthodox Pipe and Pint channel on Facebook. Well worth a check out for anybody that hasn't already. Those guys have really got it going on.
Yeah,
great guys, very friendly, really helpful as well. So Ellis was when I first started posting up on there. He was great pains to. Bombard me with stuff in the best way. Like so good to see you. See you've got a cob on. Great first starter pipe. Check out these briars, check out these blends, and he was massive on his Boswells. He said, "Oh, get some Boswell." And I had to look to get some Boswell. Like, nah, mate, no, we ain't got no Boswell. Got plenty of Hogarth. Got plenty of Gowith Hogarth and Sam Gowith, which are great.
Yeah, absolutely.
But I would like to try some Boswell.
Yeah. Well, I know that like the same way that I'm kind of like romanticizing the American stuff. I know the Americans, they have a hard time getting Gowith.
Right.
And when Gowith comes in stock, it's usually not for long.
Gone. Yeah.
So I guess it's just like a grass is greener kind of situation. But you know, I do sometimes stop and just like, you know, try and appreciate Gowith.
Right.
The fact that we've got like a really nice blending house over here that makes great blends. James says he's got a good crowd and will most likely send you some samples of good bourbon and rye.
Oh,
bro.
God bless you.
Yeah, God bless.
Oh,
we're all about the bourbon, and especially the rye too. Yeah, we've got some Bullet tonight.
Yeah, let's,
which I believe has got rye on the like a good amount of rye on the mash bill. Yeah, let's pour that.
Yeah,
let's pour that.
Let's get a drop on the go.
This is for BN. This is for Bourbon Neophyte.
Yeah.
God bless.
It's Saturday after all, which means wine is canon.
Yeah.
So we are all good.
It's barley wine.
It's barley wine, right?
Oh, look at me. Salute.
Salute.
That's good.
Lovely. Lovely. What a smooth bourbon Bullet is.
It's lovely, sweet caramel. Beautiful. So, I think what we thought we would talk about is a little bit of something we've been thinking about lately, which is kind of like the idea of tradition versus modernity, and kind of like where the pipe fits into that as a jumping off point. So something I've been thinking about is like why pipes? Why are we? That smells great. Like, why are we drawn to pipes? I was thinking about this today. Like, is it the nicotine? Is it just the nicotine? No, because if I could just like mainline nicotine into me, is that something I'd be interested in? No.
It's not even that. It's okay, you know. You kind of feel a bit buzzed when you've got a bit of a hit off the pipe, but it's not the same from other things. It's like cigs.
Exactly.
It's not the same with vape. It's not.
Well,
it's not even this. It's not the same thing.
That was the next point in my thought process. Is it the nicotine and the taste? No, because that's what vaping is.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah.
It's something else. And
so here's a thing. Just going off on the vape, because we touched on it last time. Well, the time before last, I think. Was that. It's like, you know, what's in it? You know, what is it? What is it? You can smell it when you walk past someone that's got this blasting a vape. But also, like, it's this is going to come across really weird, but it smells modern.
Yeah.
It smells
synthetic. Yeah.
It smells saccharine. It's not the same. I pick a pipe up. I get some of the old blends. Like I had a pipe full of Condor this morning. This afternoon, just after I've been to the barbers, and bro. That smell, like it's that scent of the really old English blend. It just puts you back 50 years to a time when the guys were all sat around a cad. There was no cad. It's like all the designers, all the draftsmen were all sat around drawing with the pipes.
Yeah.
In the office. Right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, I remember the first because like you got me onto the Condor, and I remember like it was your granddad that recommended it.
Right.
Is that right?
Yeah.
And you gave me a flake of it because you got the flake.
Yeah,
and,
long cut.
Yeah, and I'd never tried it before, and I'd heard a lot that it was very floral, and it was like it was a bit of an unusual taste, and I was a little bit reticent to try it, and I put it in a cob because I thought, I've heard that it's a ghoster, and
and it is.
Yeah, and like I was just astounded by how good it was.
Yeah.
And I was really into it, like straight away.
There's nothing else like it.
No.
I kind of have to be in the mood for it these days, but
yeah,
I've got another blend of Baccy in my cupboard, which it comes anywhere close to that.
Yeah, it reminded me a little bit of the Black Twist rum.
Yeah,
but it's not the same. It's kind of like smoking like a fruit cake, like a rich fruit cake.
Yeah,
that's not too sweet, but has a little sweetness in it, just to give you that like kind of like
Dundee cake, Christmas cake kind of,
like a rich malty kind of cake,
like malt loaf.
Sorry,
malt loaf.
Sorry, yeah, that's what it reminded me of, and I still yet to try the St. Bruno actually, but But yeah, it does. It
Apparently used to blend it as well. Some of the guys that my grandma was talking to me the other day about stuff. In fact, let me just tell you this quick story. So when I got some Condor on at my mum and dad's the other day, my granddad was round, and he used to smoke Condor as well. All the guys did. It was either Condor or San Bruno, right? And when he was working, so where we live there's like it's quite a sort of a heavy engineering kind of town, isn't it? You know, it was all like coal mines and steel was in the sort of our nearest city, but here was what they did with that steel. It was all like making stuff. It was, you know, they engineered the cutting tools for the Channel Tunnel.
Oh, right.
Like lately, but even, you know, back in the day, they would manufacture stuff out of that steel, but they would manufacture it. They wouldn't buy the tool bits to make it. They would make the tool bits themselves.
Yeah.
And some of the guys, some of the lads in the factory on the shop floor were tool makers. So they would cut threads into stuff like drill bits and cutting bits for the lathe.
Yeah.
And they would all either chew tobacco or they would smoke tobacco in a pipe, and would effectively, instead of like, you know, you get a gob full of dottle and you spit it out, well, these guys would suck the dottle up out of the pipe and spit it onto the tool bit to cut the thread. So, and the insides of where they'd cut that thread, so they were like glass. It was so smooth. It was such a cool lubricant for milling, which I guess kind of makes sense because it's got heat in there. But this is kind of like the way that the pipe was stitched into the fabric of our town and our industry then. You know, and our people, that's what they did. You know, they'd all take the pipe with them to work. Yeah. Blaze a bowl up and use it to help them make bits. I thought that was really cool. Yeah. But I said to him, I've got some Condor. And he said, oh yeah, some of the lads used to blend it 50-50. With Condor and San Bruno. Oh yeah. And I think that's probably just like they've got some scrag ends of one, they've got some bits of the other, but they've not got enough to make a bowl, so they just chuck it all in and blaze it.
Yeah, I know some guys do that. They call it like, they have like an infinity jar where they just put like the scraps of everything. And
good name.
There's also Gareth Hogarth does a blend called Pensioners Mix.
Ah, yeah.
Which is basically the scrag ends of everything that they sweep up. And mix together, and they put a casing on it. And I think...
Is it any cheaper?
Well, that's the thing. Exactly.
Obviously not.
I think the idea that it was a cheap blend back in the day, but like now we have these like minimum pricing legislation and taxes through the roof. So it's as much as any other blend right now. James Morgan says, cheers. Wilson's of Cairo, majestic. For me, aromatic.
Oh, Wilson's of Cairo.
Yeah.
What a great shout. And I still have not tried their backer yet.
No.
It's absolutely shameful.
Anyway, cheers, James.
Cheers. God bless, good health. But, as it happens...
we have got a little Wilson's of Cairo snuff here.
Yeah, man. That's the smoker's secret weapon.
Yes.
The pipe smoker's secret weapon when you can't get
Wilson's of Cairo as well. Sheffield, so pretty local. I got some Grand Cairo here right now. James, you've convinced me to have a little pinch.
Yeah, that's a great shout.
Do you want a pinch, bro?
I will have a pinch, yes, thank you very much.
We like the Grand Cairo.
Yeah. Grand Cairo, Tom Buck.
Tom Buck is great.
Kendall Brown.
The Kendall Brown. Best Dark. And the English Black Rapé. Thank you, dude. And they fill these things so full to the brim. Really generously filled. This is like a very fine, dry kind of, so you just have to give it a little.
Yeah. Citrusy?
It's lemon, dude, yeah.
Lemon, yeah.
And it's the only form of tobacco, I believe, that doesn't have any duty on it in the UK.
And so cheap.
And it's why it's so cheap, yeah.
There you go.
But yeah, we saw those Wilsons of Sharon and we were thinking to try that out.
Yeah.
Joshua's on the chat. What's up, guys? Good to see you live. White House Gull is my everyday carry. White House Gull? Never heard of it, man.
Come across that.
Tell us about that one, man.
Give us the QRD on that one.
But yeah, to go back to what you were talking about, man. I come from like two mining families on both sides.
Yeah.
And I remember one day I was getting out some black twist to chop up and have a smoke.
I love that black twist.
Yeah.
That's such a heavy, dewy smoke.
Very heavy. Yeah, you want to have a good meal in you before you smoke that. But my mum saw me cutting it up, and she said, she told me about how her dad had something that looked exactly like it. It probably was Gareth's Black Twist.
Yeah.
And it reminded her of her dad. I don't think any of my grandparents smoked a pipe. They certainly like smoked rollies.
Yeah.
I remember my granddad smoking rollies. He had the Swan licorice.
Oh yeah.
Papers. And he used. I remember like watching him leaning on the kitchen counter, rolling up a little ciggy, like a very little thin ciggy. Yeah. And like me and my sister would be like, roll us one, Granddad. And he'd get like a kitchen roll and roll it into. Yeah. So we had like a little cig. I think we just enjoyed the licorice flavour, really. Yeah. Pretending to smoke. But so miners, they would take the rope in there so they could chew it down there.
That's it.
And have a smoke later.
Yeah. Great call. Yeah, I think those old blends. So I picked up some other twists as well. Some of those rope twists are great. The apple Gareth Hogarth.
Yeah, I've not tried that, but that's
twist.
It smells great when you smoke it.
And I think it's got better. I was telling you last time when I got it on, it smells better. It tastes better now. It's the first time that I got some in the bowl and blazed it. And I'm like, whoa, apple! I get it this time. So it's mellowed like the other tops because Gareth Hogarth a bit the kind of famous or infamous, depending on how you like it, for putting the top in that Lakeland.
The Lakeland
topping on some of them, and I think all of their, to some extent, to a greater or lesser extent, a lot of their blends have kind of got a bit of that in it.
They really do, mate. It's funny you say that because like I remember the first time that I smoked a tobacco that wasn't Gareth.
Yeah.
And I was like, there's something missing.
Yeah.
It's just that Gareth has that essence, and I don't even think that they put it on everything. It's just that apparently they just use the same machinery for stuff.
Right, it's probably just it's probably just slimed all over it. Yeah,
and so that essence is because people say we haven't been smoking a pipe that long, probably coming up 2 years now, probably coming up to it. But people say that before Samuel Gareth and Gareth Hogarth rejoined, Samuel Gareth didn't have that essence, but after the reunion, it started to show up in the Samuel Gareth stuff as well. So, speaking of the reunion, the Bourbon Flake is amazing.
Oh, such a good smell.
Amazing. So that reunion series, it's got 3 blends. It's got the Bourbon Flake. It's got the 27 Lowther Street, which is vapor. Got the Pruitt. Beautiful.
Yeah.
And the Brown House Rolls, which is my least favourite. It's spun into these like quite thin ropes and then chopped up. It's sweet maple. It's quite. I'm not knocking it. It's nice. It's my least favourite out of the 3.
Yeah.
But that leads me on to. Hang on. It's from Hunter or Janter Naswa Factory. That's the White House Gold Strong stuff. That and Red Taxi. Now that's new to me, bro. Yeah. That's a new one to me. I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, we'll be all over that.
Is it Hunter or Janter Naswa? Where is that from, bro? Tell us a little bit more about
that.
Yeah. What was I saying, man?
About the reunion.
Yeah, little story about that. The first time I ever tried the Perique, the Perique Flake, the Lowther Street, I was on a little day trip to Whitby, and there is like a little franchise called.
So just before you do, bro, sorry, just explain to the guys like about Whitby. Tell them a bit about Whitby, where it is, and what kind of place it is.
Right. So Whitby is like a popular seaside town it's North Yorkshire, right? It's North Yorkshire. Where like people from around here would go for a day trip or for the week or even a weekend or even a week. A couple of years ago, when all the the COVID stuff was going on, we went for a week, and in Filey, which is near Whitby, and it was great. Yeah, and that was when I got a pipe from the same shop. I got a nice little Rop stout with a horn stem, which was lovely. But I went back to Whitby on a day trip, and I visited again, and I got the Perique Flake, and I said to the guy, "What would you recommend me?" And he said, "We've got in some Jermaine's rich dark flake. And I was like, is that like the Gower's dark flake? He's like, no, dude, it's a different thing.
Yeah.
It's quite burly dominant, and it had like a sort of molasses or maybe some kind of alcohol in it. But I only got a 15 gram sample, and I took it home and I smoked it, and I was like, this is magic. And I so wish that I'd gotten a lot more. More.
It's like hen's teeth.
Yeah,
you can't
find it.
Get it.
Cannot find it.
As soon as it comes in stock, it's just straight out.
That's what he said. He was like, this stuff goes out of stock in minutes, so you're lucky to get hold of some.
Yeah.
And yeah, I haven't been able to find it since. Jermaine's, it's based in Jersey, right? Not like New Jersey.
Yeah, Jersey. Yeah. Hey Tom, I don't see no cows over here. Yeah.
But the OG Jersey.
Yeah.
So you would think that we'd have a good stock of it, but we just don't.
Maybe we need a Jersey road trip.
That's it, man. That's it. Joe DZ, hey all, hey bro, Otter99, India. It's from India.
Oh, okay.
Oh, dude, do you mean snuff? Oh, you meant snuff. Right. A lot of the Indian snuff has an incense kind of a vibe, which I don't like. But White House Gull is pure white grind with great flavour.
Whoa. Okay.
Interesting, dude.
Yeah.
We'll have to give that a try.
Yeah, definitely. So one of my team, she's Indian. She goes back home every so often. So she's from Kerala.
Oh yeah.
So I might ask her. I might put an order in next time. So I'm like, next time you're down there, you do me a run.
Yeah. Well, you know, bro, I was on. I think it was Mr. Snuff.
Yeah.
Website.
Oh man! You imagine the guys who were running Google, like.
Yeah, I know. And they had like a little Indian selection. I remember some like there was one called like a Patani, like Patan, like Pashtun snuff, and there was like Begum's snuff. So that might be a call. I know like the Indians, they like their tobacco in like. I remember years ago. I had an Indian friend in university, and he took me to Leicester, and these guys were doing this thing out of a shop. I think they called it pan.
Okay.
But they take like it might be a tobacco leaf, and they put kind of like spices and stuff in it, and they roll it up, and it's just like a dipping kind of thing.
Huh.
Very strong.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't.
That's interesting.
So
maybe we'll take a look at that. Then.
Yeah, I guess India has its own like tobacco culture. I guess. Yeah.
Cool. Well, tell us all about it. Yeah. Any more of that? Yeah, send it on. Glad to have a look at it.
Joe R. DZ said, "Wow, if you have a problem, us from the other side of the pond, it's a unicorn. From the other side of the pond, it's a unicorn. Oh, you mean the Jermaines? Correct. Yeah, I bet, dude. I bet." James Morgan says, on the Indian whiskey front, the Indri Trini Triple Wood is a nice drop new in the UK. Nice one, dude.
Okay.
Good call. Indian whiskey.
Well, there
Never
we
would
go.
have thought it.
No.
I tried some Japanese whiskey. I think it was
they're
Suntory Hibiki?
right. Okay.
Maybe. But it was on my birthday, and it was like £7 a single pour. Yeah, Dad was buying those. So.
Right.
I didn't know when I ordered it, but
Thanks, Pop.
yeah.
Yeah, I think they've been at whiskey quite a while now, and they used to be like a massive importer of Scotch, and then they got really good at making it themselves, and they just ended up becoming like, I'm not sure if they're a net exporter yet, but they sell some really good some really good whiskey.
Suntory.
Yeah, or Japan full stop.
Yeah, I remember talking. Yeah, I'll have a top, dude. Thank you, dude. I remember talking to a little bit more.
It's a bit mean there. It's very Yorkshire.
I remember talking to this Malaysian girl, and she was saying how like I think like Japan occupied Malaysia like briefly in
probably
in like World War II, and she said that like her dad or her granddad found like this bottle of Suntory in the cellar or something. Like really, she said it was great.
Well, I bet.
Yeah,
it's because these guys that just basically buy whiskey. That's like their pension, right?
Right.
It's a like they just sit on it.
Yeah.
Well, not like literally sit.
Yeah.
but yeah, they just get it in the cellar. Wine as well, I think. You know,
I bet. Yeah. Stored properly. Yeah.
Right.
I mean, man, you see some of the aged whiskies, like talking about decades old, going for insane money.
Yeah.
Thousands of pounds.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Too good for a scrote like me.
Yeah. This was 20 quid for
That
us.
sounds pretty good. And it's worth every penny.
Absolutely.
So good.
God bless Kentucky.
All right.
But yeah, the Indian. So yeah, we tried Welsh whiskey,
Right.
Penderyn,
No, it was okay.
which wasn't bad. It wasn't bad.
Yeah, it was okay.
But for me, I love Scotch. I love a single malt Scotch. But really, what I drink on the reg is the bourbon.
Bro, I've got to say, like, you have absolutely 100% red pill me on bourbon.
Yeah, I think it's the rye.
And especially rye.
Yeah.
High rye content bourbon. I never used to touch it until you perverted me. So thanks, bro.
It just adds that beautiful sweet. And I love rye. I like to bake rye bread.
Yeah.
It's just got such a nice. I like like rye kvass.
Yeah.
It's just got such a lovely flavour to it. And
kvass is great.
Kvass is lovely. Yeah.
With especially with a shashlik, and the Russian skewer barbecue.
Yeah.
Man, that's so good.
And I spent some time. I used to spend some time in Latvia, and you'd be walking through the street, and you get the smoky smell.
Yeah.
Someone's making shashlik on the side selling shashlik, and you get some fat chunks of chicken or pork, whatever they're doing, smoky, and then you get the kvass too.
Because they cook it with wood, don't they? They don't use charcoal like that.
Yeah, it's wood fire. Yeah. James. Oh, Virgil says, don't forget to like the stream, guys. Oh, thank you, dude.
Thank you.
James Morgan says, 6-row barley from the Himalayas.
Wow, okay.
Good mouthfeel, nice and crisp. Himalayas, what side of the Himalayas, bro? Is that India or Nepal?
I'm guessing it won't be the Pakistan.
I'm guessing
side.
not Pakistan, yeah. Good mouthfeel, nice and crisp. That sounds good.
Yeah.
I wonder if they're using that good Himalayan water.
I was just going to say, can you imagine the liquor up there?
Yeah.
Oh,
bro,
my days.
Yeah.
So which is why, obviously, the Scotch is so good, because the liquor up there is just amazing.
Yeah.
All the water up on the space side way.
Absolutely. It's that. And the thing about bourbon is that generally those guys use Kentucky limestone filtered spring water.
Right.
Which they say contributes massively to the taste.
Yeah,
and I think water quality is huge.
It's everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Joe at DZ says, what about bourbon? Bourbon over here, we have basically in shops, you will get Bullet, Buffalo Trace,
Wild Turkey.
Wild Turkey you can get, Woodford Reserve.
Woodford.
We like the Wild Turkey 101.
We are pretty lucky, geographically where we are, we've got a really good supplier, haven't we? Just up the road, which is literally 15, 20 minutes away.
Yeah, exactly. Well, that was what I was going to go on to. We have, let's give them a shout out. We should give a shout out to Mitchell's Wines in Sheffield. I got some for Christmas. I got the Whistle Pig Small Batch Rye. 7 years, I believe, which was beautiful. We had a little bit on Christmas.
That's right.
We also had the Knob Creek 9 years, which was also really good. I did prefer the Whistle Pig.
Yeah.
But expensive, bro. I don't know what it goes for over there, but I do look at what you guys are drinking over there. I know there's some things that you guys talk about that we don't get so readily over here, like Elijah Craig.
Yeah.
Knob Creek isn't readily available unless you go to specialists.
But they do it.
Yeah. They do Knob Creek. Yeah. And they do Elijah Craig. Angel's Envy, Four Roses. I'd love to give this some a try.
Yeah. But they also do. They do some good sticks as well, man, don't they? Don't do a great deal of Backy, although I think you said that they've done a couple in the past. But their cigar selection is really good.
The cigar selection is really good.
It's as good as we're going to get within. Probably within 100 miles, right?
We're very lucky to have it. They've got a couple of Chieftain pipe tobacco blends. I think it's it's not their main thing. They're mainly about the cigars and particularly the Havanas, the Cubans. I actually had a little H. Upman Majestic earlier.
Great.
Very nice. Very nice. Beautiful smoke and. For quite a small stick with a small ring gauge, it lasts you. Yeah. And towards the end, you feel the nick hit, but beautiful creamy taste, classic Cuban flavour. It was lovely. James says they'll be schooled soon. Joe on the bourbon. We got them to join Bourbon Neophyte. Yeah.
Yeah.
So he'll school us on that for sure.
Just hit us up.
Yeah, hit us up with that, dude. We are more than happy to talk. I mean, excited to speak to you guys.
Yeah, definitely.
Over there, obviously, there's a bit of time differential. Something we'll have to work out.
Yeah.
But
works on a Saturday, maybe.
Works on a Saturday. Yeah.
If guys are out and about, I know, everybody's working in America like 7 days a week. But, maybe they can listen to us in while we're chatting away.
Absolutely, yeah.
But Saturday's the day for it.
Yeah, Saturday will be a good one. Yeah, but we're looking forward to that, absolutely. Yeah, what were we saying, man? Yeah,
so in terms of like, but in terms of Mitchell's and what they can get hold of, it's we're quite lucky. Different with the pipe tobaccos because obviously we've got suppliers. We've even got like 3 suppliers, like quite close by. One in our town itself, one in the next town, sort of really close to me on one side of the Pennines, and one the other side in Buxton and Matlock. And they both do some Gowith stuff, don't they?
Yeah.
So that's not quite as bad. Although we do tend to order in.
Yeah, we're mainly looking at online suppliers. GQ, Smoke King.
Yeah. Barbers we've got.
Barbers occasionally. Yeah. But yeah, man, I was on Smoking Pipes, which is a US site.
Yeah.
And I was just looking at the prices, and Lord above,
it's so
you guys have got it so good.
Yeah.
You guys have got it so good. It's you basically like
don't take
price.
it for granted, guys. Really, don't take it.
Yeah,
for
honestly, you guys, you've got it really good. I was looking at like the Cornell and Deal 50-gram tins, which equate to about 10 quid. We're now paying about 20 quid for that over here.
Yeah.
But I was looking at, so for example, I think I was looking at 8 State Burley, the 50-gram tin. If you select it in bulk, which I guess just comes in a bag, a 50-gram tin, 50 grams in bulk was like $7, which is what, $5.50 or something?
$5.50, 6 quid at the tops, yeah.
For 50 grams of tobacco.
That's crazy.
That is wild, yeah.
I'd be talking in it.
Yeah,
I'd be on it every day.
Absolutely,
bro, eyes
absolutely.
open to eyes shut. Yeah. This is like, I would say like a treat. It's not, not necessarily, but like it's a luxury. Smoking for like a pipe for me is like definitely a luxury.
Absolutely, yeah, it is. And I was speaking to Joshua, who's commented about the snuff.
Yeah.
And he was saying, like his local brick and mortar tobacconists like do their own blends.
We did talk about it, didn't we?
Yeah, we were talking about
how hard is it to grow tobacco? Like, I know that our climate's really
in this climate,
wacky,
yeah.
But I don't know. Is it a hydroponics thing? But like, do we just go au naturel? Do we? I don't know.
But there's the growing, but then there's the processing,
wow.
like fermentation, pressing, casing.
And all I can come back to is like, is my house going to start looking like The Witch?
Yeah.
The film where there's just backy everywhere.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
There's just tobacco like all over the place, hung up everywhere.
Yeah.
I tell thee, lass, get thee that tobacco from my plantation, lass.
Thomasin, I love thee marvellous well.
Oh man, Ralph Ineson, he absolutely nailed it.
That was a great movie, yeah.
Proper Yorkshire lad.
Yeah, great movie that was.
Yeah.
Wild.
And Taylor Joy.
Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Let's throw us both out now. Come on, no simping. This is no simp Lent. Come on.
But yeah, we were saying we don't really have that kind of luxury. We don't have like local brick and mortar tobacconists that are doing their own blends. I know GQ for a while was sort of doing their own blends, but I don't think they've been in stock lately.
All I can think is that Wilson's of Sharrow is our nearest, like our nearest manufacturer, but maker, producer. But they don't have a brick and mortar.
No.
Because the other thing as well here is that brick and mortar shops are just on their arse. I don't know if you've been out and about lately. Like you go out and about, and like there's nothing on the shelves. It's really bad. It's like the Soviet Union. Yeah. but with more tax.
yeah.
And rainbow flag.
Yeah. Have you got a license for that tax?
Yeah. Honestly, it really is where it's going. So effectively, guys just aren't willing to, and understandably, like just stump up for the unbelievable astronomical rents.
Oh well, yeah.
For brick and mortars, so they're just doing, getting a unit and doing it online. Which, to be honest, got 3 kids. Getting them out and about in the car is a pain in the arse. Like, if I don't mind waiting a couple of days, I'll just order it online. It's really bad though, because it means that like that experience of going into somewhere.
Exactly.
I mean, my first job when I left school was. Before I even went to uni, was working in a musical instruments retailer.
Yeah,
and this was a really old company. You know, relatively speaking, it was 104 years old when it packed up.
Okay.
And they did everything like old school, like everything old school. They'd only just, when I joined in 2001, they'd only just got rid of, you know, the old like adding machine type tills that had got like a little thing. You had to like ring it and say, "I'll ring it up," right? I'll ring it that up. It was like literally like da 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 da, and it was only like the next level up from that. So they were really old school in how they did stuff. But people used to just come in for the experience. They'd just come in, they'd have a play on some of the instruments, they'd come and have a chat with us. Some of the regulars, and make them a cup of tea. You know, we'd have a chat about stuff. That's really kind of lost now, and it's really going.
Yeah.
It's completely hit the cliff. Really gone off the cliff.
Yeah, you're absolutely right, man. I mean, I've had the good fortune to have visited Black Swan in Whitby, which I was talking about earlier, and it was really nice. You know, like you go in, there's pipes hung on the wall. Yeah. You can see the jars. They'll let you know, like, have a little sniff of the jars, to see what it's like.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is. I mean, obviously, all that aspect is gone.
Yeah.
When you don't have the brick and mortar.
But then that said, you know, the guys that, you know, especially you know, Smoking, you know, their service is pretty good. I mean, okay, you like pay for it in terms of delivery, but it is they do a good turnaround.
Yeah.
What they do, they're really good at it.
And the stock is good.
The stock is really good.
James says, Bourbon Neophyte, he'll work it out with us and we can record for later use. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, we'll figure out. Joshua says, it's Gatlin Berlia. That's the brick and mortar place. It's Gatlin Berlia in Gatlinburg, Tennessee.
Oh, wow.
Cool.
Okay.
For our information, LJ Peretti makes great blends and send them over the pond. Just have to call them. They have some wonderful burley blends.
Oh,
LJ Peretti.
We're on it.
Yeah.
Got Pasca right round the corner.
Yeah.
That's we'll hit them.
Great shout, dude. Thank you. Yeah. But that's right on my street with the burley stuff.
Yeah.
LJ Peretti sounds Italian.
It does, doesn't it? Yeah. That's one for the Savinelli, that.
Yeah.
Hey, Tom.
Hey,
Tom.
Brilliant. Yeah, we'll check it out.
Thank you. But yeah, and I think, like, again, kind of coming back to the opening topic of like modernity, it's like that style of doing things, that mode of doing things is kind of dropped off. But even then, like that experience of going into a shop and, like, you know, like I said, opening the tins, feeling stuff, touching stuff, you know, like when you kind of go to an old greengrocer's, you know, kind of picking the fruit up and like smelling it. And I saw a video a little while ago of Marco Pierre White when he felt like absolute Yorkshire, like, what a lad. I don't even care that he's just sold out to Nor. Like that guy, he can sell whatever he wants.
He's like a self-aware.
He just made it. Yeah, he don't care anymore. He doesn't give a shiny anymore.
He's earned his stripes.
He's earned his stripes. And he's just wandering around like a prince. You know, it's just like, pick your fruit up, have a good sniff. You know, that whole like tactile approach to stuff. I think that's really missing. And again, I think the pipe is such a tactile mode of smoking. You know, the process and the routine and the ritual and the doctrine. You know, like rubbing it, storing it. I get my pack. You know, get my pack through the post, or if I'm out and about, they'll wrap it up, bring it back. Oh, I need a jar. Right, I'll get a jar.
Yeah.
If I haven't got a jar that's clean, I'll clean one. You know, get it all prepared, get it all in there. You know, get it out, rubbing it, packing it. You know, packing's an art in itself.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know, there's a bit of a skill to it. When you've not done it for very long, there's definitely a trick to it. Tamping, swabbing,
exactly.
All this stuff, these little things that, you know, you've just got a stick.
Yeah.
Done.
Exactly.
Chuck it.
Exactly. Yeah. Disposable.
Yeah.
And there's all the maintenance and the cleaning and you know, all of these little things. They're like little rituals, little gestures and traditions that, like, we hold on to, and like they give us like meaning and direction and so I think so James says, pre-budget I picked up £90 worth of tobacco. Did you guys hedge? This is also why you're needed. Hedge. I mean,
hedging is in like to buy before it goes outside to invest.
Right. No, we didn't, bro. Yeah, because I mean that's a good point.
That's a great shout. But too late.
Yeah.
Really cry. Yeah.
So our government reserves the right to just like increase the tax on tobacco every March. Yeah. Apparently. Yeah. And so obviously it's the beginning of April now. We just got hit with a big thing. I was in Mitchell's recently. All the cigars have gone up considerably.
Yeah. And it's just duty as well. It's like it's not like you can say, well, that money goes for a particular thing. It's like, oh well, okay.
Yeah.
It's just it just goes straight up the taxman's hooter.
Yeah. No, we didn't, James.
No.
What did you get, by the way? What did you get for that £90? Let us know.
Yeah.
But no, we didn't. That would have been the smart move.
Yeah. What a shame.
Yeah.
I feel like a bit of a douche now. But
yeah,
that was really good. That would have been a really good thing to have done. I wonder if it'll be the same with booze. And maybe we do it next time because we know that it's going to go up. So do we just get hold of some, put some money into some backing? I don't know.
Yeah, I think that'd be the move, man. Yeah, for sure.
Unless we can get a deal from over the pond.
I mean that might be the move. That's what people are doing. Yeah, that's what people are looking at.
Maybe just like an impromptu holiday.
Well, I've been talking to some people who are into cigars, and a lot of them, what they do is, it's literally cheaper to book a flight to France or Germany, pick up duty free, and bring it back.
Bro, I told you how much I paid for those Cohiba full Coronas, the Esplendidos. It was ridiculous. Yeah. It was like, I definitely can't say how. I mean, I bought them in good faith, officer. Yeah. But like, but there was definitely some creativity with the way that they were sold in Cuba when I went in 2010. So yeah, I basically, but the guy that was at the bar had said, can you cut my hair? Because at that time I was just skinning it, right? I mean, like properly bicking my head, and so bicking as in like razors, like shit, just completely razoring it off, and I'd taken my clippers with me. I got some Philly shave clippers that were okay. They were like 35, 40 quid maybe, and the guy behind the bar was like, "Oh, can you cut my hair?" It's like we have a really hard time getting our, like we haven't got enough barbers in Cuba. This is at the time, This is at the time, but obviously I don't know what it's like now. But then it was like, they couldn't get a barber. I was like, yeah, fine. It's like, I'll sort you a bottle of rum out if you want, and their rum's really good. The
of course,
rum's great. I said, oh, would you sell me your clippers? I said, yeah, okay, I'm listening. I'm only here for another week, but yeah. So look, I can get another cut out. You can have them back. You can have them, and and it's like, well, do you want a box of cigars? I'm like, at that time I didn't smoke at all, so I'm like, maybe. Like, what can you get me? Like, oh, I'll get you a really good box of cigars. So I got a box of 25. It came with a box of 25 Cohiba full Corona Esplendidos, and like they were in a properly nice like cedarwood box. Yeah, I'll get them out one of the casks, and we'll have that. I'm only down to the last 3, but you can have one of them. And bro, they go for just like I think that box is like it's 4 figures now. It's crazy.
Insane. Well, apart from obviously like the just crippling tax over here, recently, I think a few years ago, a Hong Kong-based company bought Habano, basically like the distributor for Cuban cigars, and set it to like Hong Kong pricing standards, which is just like insane. So this lady was at Mitchell, she was saying how like you could get like a decent like, full Corona for like 12 quid, but now you're talking like 30 plus.
Wow.
James says I need at least to qualify before I punt for a new blend. Yeah, I feel you. I feel you on that. Yeah. Record says, good to see fellow Englishmen enjoying a pipe. God bless you, brother. Hey boys, have y'all seen a documentary called Europa: The Last Battle? That's Virgil Walker. No, but I think we're interested.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit more about that.
Yeah, QRD on that, definitely.
Bourbon Neophyte is in the house.
Hey.
James Morgan, you called? Yes, you did. James says, afternoon, Anthony. That's Bourbon Neophyte. Yeah, wow.
Great to see you.
Yeah, thanks for joining in, brothers.
Oh, yeah. Europa, Last Battlefield, okay.
Yeah. Tell us about that, Virgil.
Yeah, let's hear some more on that. It sounds, from what you said, like I'm hearing trigger words there, and those trigger words sound good.
Yeah, tell us about that.
Don't get to watch a lot of telly these days, to be honest. Don't get to watch a lot of stuff. Plenty of stuff on YouTube, but not really a lot on TV.
I'm watching Sopranos recently.
It's so good.
I know it's like not a very Lenten activity, but I'm just so into Sopranos at the minute. Thank you, bro. Yeah, and I mean that's like the title sequence. James Gandolfini is just like driving through New Jersey smoking a fat Churchill. Yeah, and he's always got a cigar on.
Bro, memory eternal to that guy.
Yeah, memory eternal. Yeah,
Jimmy.
God rest him.
But yeah, interesting about the mafia stuff, because I watched The Irishman when it first came out, and I kind of likened it to, like, Kubrick had Barry Lyndon, which was a very long, very kind of slow burning sort of a film, where obviously his previous films had all been about not kind of shock horror, but you know what I mean. They kind of got more of an edge to them. This was kind of edgy, but in a different way. And I found out that Scorsese was his favourite film, full stop. Never mind his favourite Kubrick film. It was his favourite film, and I kind of drew a lot of parallels with that. It's very kind of Barry Lyndon-esque, the way that it's shot and the way that, not necessarily the way that it's shot, because Lyndon's really quite, he had to effectively make lenses to shoot that film.
Okay.
Because he did it all with natural lighting, so with like candles and stuff. It was very hard to get the lighting right. Amazing film. I know he's a bit on the dark side of on the dark side of the Pennines as Kubrick, but a great film nonetheless. But The Irishman especially, I noticed a lot of Catholic, not iconography, but imagery, and visuals, like a lot of statues in the background, but it was in pretty much every shot. And you know what they say about, you know, a film, if it's made it past the cutting room floor, it's important, it's critical.
Exactly. Yeah, it's called mise en scène. Yeah.
Right, mise en scène. So yeah, I noticed a lot of that, and you know, people have said, is it Scorsese kind of coming to grips with his own mortality?
Right,
and
he's getting older.
Yeah. But I thought that was a cool shout.
Well, back in 2013, I think it was later, maybe 2015, 16. He made Silence.
Yeah.
About
Japan.
Yes, about like Portuguese missionaries.
Jesuits? Were they Jesuits?
I think they were Jesuits. Yeah, going over to Japan. The Japanese Christians were under a lot of persecution. But that is a great film. I think particularly if you're a Christian to watch that. That was Scorsese.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Liam Neeson who starred in it.
It was Liam Neeson. Yeah. The plot is that Liam Neeson was a missionary over there.
Right.
He's gone missing, and Andrew Garfield goes to find him.
That's right. Yorkshire.
Yeah.
Of sorts.
Yeah. And Anthony, Bourbon Neophyte, says he's enjoying a pint of Guinness. Lovely. And a dram of Wilderness Trail Rye cask strength.
I don't know what that is, but it sounds amazing.
Sounds amazing, dude. Yeah. And a pipe with Cornell and Deal, the Beast.
Oh.
What kind of blend is that, bro?
Yeah.
Is that? I think I saw that on an email from Smoking Pipes. Is that a Perique? Virgil Walker regarding the Europa Las Palmas says, don't want to go into too much detail. It's on Google. Check it out, boys. Loving the podcast.
That sounds really good already.
Yeah. Too spicy for YouTube. Okay.
I'm really up for that.
Yeah, we'll take a look at that. Yeah.
Is that one for the Patreon?
Could be. Yeah. Joe R. DZ says to Bourbon Neophyte, I'm so jealous. Can't drink or smoke at the minute with the family. Well, yeah, we know that feel, bro.
Definitely.
Yeah. But yeah, tell us about the Beast, Anthony.
That sounds good.
That sounds good. Yeah, I mean that whole setup sounds good. Been a while since I've had a Guinness, but I do love a stout.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'd about 3 weeks ago. So a mate of mine, his wife proposed. We're really, really sad. He said, "Oh, do you fancy meeting?" I was already in town anyway. I said, "Oh, are you in? I'm going to come and see you." He said, "Oh, no, I'm not going to go and get my hair cut." I said, "But come and hit me up." And so him and I. So he's Irish and he likes a stout as well, as I guess he would. And Irish and great lad, really, really great lad. And I walked through the door and he said, "Oh, what do you want?" I said, "There's a couple of ones on there." And one of them was Gorlovka, which is, I think it's Acorn Brewery. It's one of our local ones. It's a Derbyshire brewery, a craft, and that was an 8% Imperial Russian stout. And I knew it was wrong. But I just couldn't say no. So go on, let's go for it. The last time I was out with him and we had the dark stuff. He ended up he just slept on the kitchen floor at 4 p.m. He just completely went blackout. And then this is a guy with an iron liver. So yeah, we've got previous, but oh man, they do say apparently that Guinness doesn't travel well.
All right.
So I've heard that. I've never been to Ireland, so I'll say that much. I'll caveat by saying that. But they say that it's much better in Ireland than it is in England. I don't know if that's the case in across the pond. I'm sure they've got some ways around that, having big Irish contingent.
Oh yeah.
They'll have figured a way out of that. But yeah. But the Beast. Bro,
yeah.
That sounds.
Can I borrow your zipper, by the way?
Please do.
Just to light
Go
up.
for it. Yeah.
Joe DZ says the Beast is a Perique monster. Thought so.
Okay.
51% Perique. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Because Perique is not light on the nicotine.
It's not, and it's kind of a sprinkling of the Perique in our blends, and there's not
right.
much.
Yeah. Back in the day, back when I was quite new to it, I bought just some pure Perique for blending purposes, and I tried like a quarter of a bowl on its own, and it's super strong. Really, it's got like kind of like spiced red wine kind of flavors. But what I used to do is I used to blend it in with a little bit of dark bird's eye.
Ah, okay.
To make like a vapor kind of thing.
Yeah,
and it was good. Bourbon Neophyte says Cornell and Deal, the Beast, small batch. St. James Perique.
Okay.
Red Virginia, Cavendish, Black Cavendish.
Love Black Cavendish.
Dark Fired Kentucky as well. That does sound like a beast.
That
sounds strong.
Wow.
Wilderness Trail is a whiskey distillery here in the US, makers of wonderful bourbon and rye. Sounds great, man.
Try it.
The Beast isn't for the weak. Big nicotine hit for sure.
Yeah.
Forgot to mention the tobacco is soaked in rum. Oh, that sounds amazing.
It sounds like a challenge to me, and
yeah.
I don't back away from a challenge.
I bet it's already sold out, isn't it?
Yeah, probably.
Being small batch.
Yeah. Do we get in touch?
Yeah. We'll try and get someone next.
We'll try.
That sounds great though,
that
dude.
Really does. Yeah, jelly.
Yeah.
Jelly on that one.
I in terms of Perique, I don't know if you guys have tried this. I really enjoyed Cabbies mixture.
Yeah, good.
Good
blend.
That was great. That comes like spun, and they chop, but it comes chopped. So when you open the tin, it's like 50-50 ribbon cut, but it's also got some of the coins in it.
That's right.
So it makes packing really great, because what you can do is you can pack the bottom with like the ribbon.
Yeah.
And then the top you can stack a few coins.
Yeah. Yeah, the Black RM twists a bit like that as well.
Yeah, you can do that too. Yeah.
Sliced rum twist.
27 Lath Street for the Perique was really nice.
Yeah.
Louisiana Flake.
Yeah.
Which I think is like a vapor for people who want to try vapors, because it's not too strong on the Perique, but it's enough to notice it.
Yeah.
And top me up, please.
Yeah.
And it's got a chocolate casing too.
Oh.
Joe DZ says love Dark Bird's Eye. Yeah, Dark Bird's Eye is really nice. Lights. They say it's like a sailor's tobacco.
Okay.
It's very fine, almost like shag. Light's easy, burns quite quickly.
Yeah.
But lovely, like lovely strong flavour to it.
Yeah,
Cabbies is incredible. It's like a triple strong cup of tea.
that's such a good way to describe it.
That's very English record.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't disagree with that.
It's got like a nice hint of spice.
Yeah.
It's good. It's really good. But it's been a while since I've had it. I should say I'm on the. I've just filled this with Best Brown unscented, which is one of
your favourites.
Yeah.
No, that's good. Yeah, I've got the. I never said actually. I've got my Peterson Aaron. This was my first Briar that I picked up. So it's just their like pretty much their starter range, right? It's just one of their cheap and cheerfuls, but that's just a lovely pipe. It's a bit of a gurgler. It does get quite, but I'm quite a slobbery smoker anyway, so it's probably my own fault.
Yeah, well, I mean, with a bent pipe, a little bit of gurgling is sort of unavoidable a lot of the time. But yeah, the Best Brown is definitely one of my favourites, and I keep coming back to it. I also I like the Best Brown number 2 as well, which has got
that's the scented, isn't it?
Well, it's not the scented version, because the scented version has got like a Lakeland kind of thing. But the Best Brown 2 is cased with, or topped with a they call it just sweet. It's kind of like brown sugar I would say, but like it's
That sounds good.
very sweet. And I don't know if you guys are into country, if you like a little bit Sturgill Simpson, but I just remember being on the back garden last summer, smoking Best Brown number 2, listening to Sturgill Simpson. Juanita and the Dude, his album Juanita and the Dude, I think it's called, listening to Sam, like a little short a cappella track about a dog. Well, a good dog on the ground's worth 3 in the saddle. And every time I hear that song, every time it comes on Spotify, I can taste Best Brown number 2 in my mouth.
Like Pavlov's dog.
Yeah. And you know what? We've had some crappy weather over here lately, but spring is starting to show.
Yeah.
And every now and then the sun comes out and it feels warm and it looks bright. And particularly if I'm smoking at the time, it really reminds me of like last summer. Me and you just spent like a lot of weekends on your back garden or mine.
Yeah.
Smoking. Yeah. Having a drink.
Yeah. Barbecues.
Yeah. We had a lot of cider.
Yeah.
Back in the summer.
Yeah. We'll be getting back on that again.
Yeah, for sure. The old Black Fox.
Yeah.
And Henry Weston.
Yeah.
Nice, like medium dry ciders.
Yeah.
Well, they're quite sweet, I would say. But looking forward to that for sure, man.
Yeah, I noticed I was coming out all the hedgerows all starting to bud now, all starting to open up. That's really good.
Yeah.
That's nice. Yeah, because we had some snow like not that long ago, which is like we've not really had a lot of snow this year at all, have we? But we got a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, we did.
Because I was up in Cumbria, up in Gawyth Hogarth country,
right?
In
the Lake District.
Yeah, which normally gets hit quite bad, and they didn't get any. It was only when I started coming back home, back over the Pennines, past Manchester, and it really started coming down. But yeah, it was pretty wild. And interesting up there with the Gawyth connection and about sort of modernity. It's like you can kind of wind the clock back a little bit up there.
Yeah.
You know, I spent a lot of time in London. Without wanting to bag a place, it's just not my kind of place. You know, I'm definitely a northern monkey, and and up there, you know, you really do kind of wind the modernity clock back.
Yeah.
You know, there were places where, you know, there were a lot of the guys that were out on site. They were all highways guys. They were all, you know, the pavement makers. They were all, you know, they're all talking asphalt and, you know, smoking the cigs.
Yeah.
You know, it was good. It was really good, and you can kind of see it. It's a little bit wild up there. It's very green, very verdant. You can kind of, you know, you're much more connected with, you know, countryside and.
Yeah.
You know, it's much more of a natural place. It was cool, and you can kind of see that. Like, it's I get it. You know, I get it with the you know, the Lakeland blends.
Yeah.
You know, that smell, that sort of geranium floral kind of smell, that they've tried to sort of distill the essence of what it is.
Yeah.
Up in Cumbria, and stick it in the backy.
Yeah.
Which is why I think I like it a lot. Which is maybe why it doesn't translate particularly well over stateside. Not all guys. And there's some guys that I speak to who are big fans of the Lakeland stuff, but there's quite a few that aren't. Notably, like Mutton Chop Piper, it's like, oh, they put this stuff all over it.
Does he like it?
I don't think he's into it. Yeah.
Well,
which is, I mean, you know, fair enough. You know,
yeah.
Takes all sorts.
Smoke what you like and like what you smoke.
Exactly.
Well, yeah, the whole Lakeland thing is like quite distinctly English because it comes from English tobacco purity laws that I think were only repealed in the 80s, actually.
Yeah.
So basically...
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Talking of modernity.
Yeah. So basically, English tobacco makers were it was very strictly prescribed what you could use to flavour tobacco. So it basically left them with, like, you know, natural essential oils and things like that. So, you know, we get a lot of the kind of like floral essence and stuff.
Yeah.
Bourbon EFI says, looks like you're enjoying a dram of Bullet bourbon. Yes, we are, dude. Picked this up earlier today. Bullet is one of our favourites. We also like Woodford Reserve, but good. I think you missed it, brother. But we were saying earlier that we don't have a huge bourbon selection over here, but what we have is pretty good. James Morgan says, Danville, Kentucky, USA. It is most likely. Virgil says, love country. Hello from South Texas.
Oh.
Hello, brother. Yeah, God bless.
God bless.
Check out Sierra Ferrell for something new. We'll look into it, bro.
That's the thing. Actually, we've not really put much of a thing out about sounds, and we'd spoken a bit about it, haven't we? About doing one of these, but having a playlist.
Right. So we've been thinking about how to do it. We want to do a Pipecast, like a record and not a live stream, where we have like a virtual smoke lounge playlist.
Yeah.
So, but obviously we don't want to get dinged by copyright, so we can't actually play the music. But what we're thinking is, if we put a playlist together, like on Spotify and YouTube, so you've got your options, you can watch us while we listen with earbuds, and then you can watch us while you have like another tab open maybe, and listen to the music that we're talking about.
Yeah.
But
so we don't get zucked or whatever the YouTube equivalent
exactly,
is. Is it Susan? I can't remember.
Is it? I don't know.
Susan.
I don't know.
Whatever it is.
Runs it these days.
Yeah.
But yeah, Call to Wall.
Oh.
I'm a huge fan. I know you're like quite into his stuff as well too.
Yeah.
Love Call to Wall. He's I'm really into Call to Wall. Listen to a lot of his stuff. Tyler Childers. I'm really into. Sturgill Simpson. I mentioned. Chris Simpson. Quite like.
I know it's kind of a meme now, but Cash.
Oh yeah,
love
we listen to Cash. Yeah, classic GOAT. So yeah, we're big into country.
Oh, maybe we should put some English country stuff up as well.
Yeah.
So I was thinking like, I'll have to look into it. Maybe put some stuff up. I was thinking like Beeswing, Richard Blackwood, Beeswing. And some others. I'll dig some out. But it's been ages since I've listened to some really good. It's like sort of English, like northern country stuff.
Yeah.
Maybe John Tams as well from
Sharp.
Yeah.
You boys watch Sharp over there in America. Do you get that?
Rufford Park.
Record says, "Have you tried 1792 Flake?" Yes, we have. I've got a jar of it at home. It's one of those that I have to be in the mood to smoke. It's got that Tonkin flavour. I don't know if you say Tonquin or Tonkin. Tonka bean, very strong flavour and a very strong nicotine hit.
How's your tolerance these days?
Well, it's a good question, bro. I think my tolerance it's definitely improved since I started smoking a pipe.
Yeah.
But like if I have a cigar, for example, especially a New World, like a Maduro or something, by the end of the stick. But speaking of 1792 Flake, I don't know if you remember, but it must have been about two Christmases ago. Dion was at my place, and I don't know if you had your Aaron or you were still smoking a cob at that point.
I think it was the cob.
Yeah. But actually, I don't think it was, bro.
Was it the Aaron?
I think you had your Aaron because I remember thinking, oh, I don't want him to ghost his pipe, but
I was just packing it and blasting it.
Yeah, but he smoked this 1792 Flake, like a full bowl of that after smoking some other stuff, and it didn't seem to touch you. So I think you definitely have a good nicotine tolerance.
That's the Marlboros.
Yeah. Record says I bought a small bowl pipe, especially for 1792. Yeah,
Right.
Smart.
Is that it's like the what's the name of the pipe that the Chinese type pipe?
Like a Japanese kisser. Yeah,
Kisser,
smart. Yeah, it's very strong. Very strong. Nice flavour. I actually bought it a couple of Christmases ago, like as a little, because I was fasting for Christmas. Then I bought some. I bought a few tins for Christmas Day as a bit of a treat, and I actually bought this pipe specifically for it, this cob, to try new flavours without ghosting, and it was so strong, dude, so strong.
Nice though. I remember it being really nice.
Joshua says Tyler Childers' new album is real good. Is that the one? It's got Way of the Triune God on it, and he does Purgatory as well. In a few different styles. I love Purgatory. Yeah. So Purgatory, he has a really good euphemism for being dead in that. He goes, "Will you pray for me when the roots of the oak in my rib cage are braiding?" I love that. So colourful. That's a great song as well.
It's great.
High on the hill where the foxgloves grow, down in the city where the heathens go. Catholic girl, pray for me. I love it. He's got a real nice Kentucky twang to his voice.
Yeah, it's good.
Bourbon Neophyte says, sounds like the tobacco I'm enjoying now. You need to take your time with it and have something on your stomach. Absolutely, bro.
That's probably why it doesn't hit me. I'm working on it.
Solid meal.
Yeah.
Protein, fat, carbs. Make sure there's all of something in there.
Yeah.
I think carbs in particular because I think it's that sugar, you know. If you have that sugar,
slow release.
Yeah, especially if you've had something like a complex carb where the sugar is, the starch is getting broken down and the sugar's being released slowly. You've got a constant buffer against the nicotine. James says, I've got a few Missouri cobs too. They come in handy. They definitely do, bro.
Oh man, I'll never ever ever bag a cob. They're just like, we call them the good time girl.
Yeah.
you pick them up. It doesn't. I know they're supposed to have a shelf life. You put them. You smoke. And especially with a with like a not an oriental, but one with like very aromatic. So
aromatic,
especially for aromatics. Like
any kind of casing or topping,
bro. They just go so well together. And you know, you haven't smoked it for ages, and you just think, oh, do you know what? Like I've got some American, some Gareth Hogarth Americans, like some coffee caramel or cherry vanilla, and I'll just pack it in, blaze away. It's dry, it's cool. I don't ever have to worry about it. It's like the bar girl, you know.
She's flirting with you.
Exactly, yeah, exactly. It's easy, and there's just no fuss, no muss. It's great, and they're just so cheap. You know, if you can take them out camping, if they get wrecked, doesn't matter. You can go and get another one. Obviously, you don't want to kind of look after them, but
absolutely.
But they're great. I think they're just a great, not just even a great first pipe. They are a great first pipe, but they're great to stick in the rack, I think.
Absolutely. I mean,
I'll never get rid of mine.
No. I've got an Emerald, which is one of the very first pipes that I got.
That one with the green stem?
Yeah. And it's got like quite a bit of sentimental value to me. I think it is starting to get beat up. But I will say the one thing that I don't like to smoke in a cob is English blends. Anything with like a good amount of latakia in. I don't know what it is. I don't like latakia in a cob, but Burley, it sings in cobs.
Right.
Yeah. Straight Virginias, it really takes the edge off a straight Virginia and brings out the sweetness.
Oh, good for a capstan then, maybe.
Probably, dude. Yeah. I actually tried capstan again recently, and I liked it a little bit more.
Yeah.
It had like a bit of bready, biscuity kind of flavour.
It reminds me of malted milks. The malted milk biscuits.
yeah, like when you were a kid, yeah. But it's got a distinct lemony citrus
to it as
well.
It does, yeah.
Like a lemon shortbread or something.
Yeah.
Bourbon Neophyte says he's smoking his cob now. Good, all American. God bless. Aromatic tobacco, I need to be in the mood for them. Prefer English mostly. Yeah.
Interesting.
I'm not a big aromatic smoker. I think you prefer them more than me.
I do quite like an aromatic. But again, I have to be in the mood for it.
Yeah.
But I do like, I'm probably off my cupboard is aromatic.
Yeah. I mean, we like the Englishes too. Like I've spoken about it, but the first blend I ever smoked was a Balkan, Gareth Hogarth's Balkan mixture. And I remember being blown away by it. Like on the first light up, I just like, this tastes what I thought tobacco would taste like. Yeah.
Man, that Balkan flake is such a good flake. I absolutely love it.
Yeah, the Balkan stuff is good. Yeah.
I want to talk to some of the Serb guys. Like, do you guys get this?
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah. Well, that's why I picked it. I was like, Balkan. It sounds orthodox.
Kind of ortho. Yeah.
But yeah.
But no, it's good. I think the that range that Gareth's do, so like it's still got kind of an English twang to it. It's not. Is it a true aromatic? I don't know, but like, you know, they are quite sweet. But then I've got quite a sweet tooth anyway.
Yeah.
So I don't mind them particularly. I quite like them, especially in the. But so going back to like pipes and easy smoking pipes. So I don't know about you, bro, but do you have like a favourite pipe that you like to take out and about with you? Because I take the Falcon out and about with me. It's just easy. I ain't got to worry about it. I ain't got to worry about swabbing. I've got to worry about, you know, I can take a couple of bowls out with me. So if I want a couple of different types of baccy, I can stick 2 tins in, 3 tins, and just swap the bowls over. Dead easy. Condor, I picked up a spare bowl for it, so that, you know, because she said, be careful with it because it can be a bit of a ghoster. Yeah. So I've just got a bowl. In fact, I can show you the Shillelagh stem one if I can get it out. And I can't get it out, but it will come out. But yeah, I just picked a bowl up just specifically for it.
Nice.
Yeah, the billiard. Yeah, and I just take that out and about with me. But yeah, no trouble.
What I love about those Hunter Falcons is that they don't come that dark. They come like
no,
really
it
light.
wasn't. Yeah,
And it's like as you smoke it and as it like takes the oil of your hands, stuff, it like darkens.
Yeah,
comes like a rich dark. But yeah, Falcon is a great one to take out. I've got the little Rop pipe that I mentioned earlier with the horn stem. It's like a nose warmer, quite short. That's a good one. And also, I got a Peterson Christmas pipe, which has an army mount. Which is very good because you don't have to.
That's a lovely little pipe.
It's beautiful, yeah. You don't have to worry about removing the stem while it's hot because it's got the metal mount. You can just pull it out, swab it. It's got a Cumberland stem, which I really like. It's really comfortable in the mouth.
Yeah.
It's beautiful too.
So what do you take out and about then with you? That and
I take the nose warmer, the Rop nose warmer. I take the Peterson Army mount.
Yeah.
Maybe a Cobb.
Yeah.
Maybe a Falcon. Yeah. And also I got a like a little cheap Prince. It was a Ben Wade Prince. It's just a little small Prince pipe. It smokes lovely.
Yeah.
So
that little Savinelli one that I've got as well, that comes out with me quite a lot.
Yeah, that's a nice little pipe.
Pipe. I did wreck the I wrecked the big stem with it, the church warden stem. So it was the tandem one that I got. In fact, I will take it out properly, but I have to take the stem off to get it out. But it was it came as a pair with this one and a big stem, and I managed to break it and I had a bit of a fit and threw it away. I was thinking, it's not going to work, and then took it out. Thinking, well, actually, to be honest, like the pipe itself, I managed to get it out, the broken bit of the stem. My fault entirely for just being too rough with it, but kept the little one, and that just comes out and about with it. But that's just a little.
That's nice. I like the band on it.
Yeah, it's nice. That's just quite a nice, easy one.
David Swindles comments on us a lot. Actually, what's going on, David? Just got a Sheraton sampler pack from GQ's and bought 2 cobs for $5 each.
Bloody hell, that's good.
Yeah, to try the samples in case they go spare pipes. Yeah, that's what I tend to do too, bro.
Yeah, good shout.
I've enjoyed them so much. Interesting. Haven't tried any of the Sheraton, but yeah, the you can't go wrong with the cobs for that price.
Yeah.
What did you get? What model did you get? Did you get the Country Gentleman? That's quite popular.
Yeah. Let me show off the cob. So I've still got the cob that you bought me, and it's just great. They're just such a great little pipe to keep in your rack.
And that's the other thing. The amber stem darkens up too. Which
That's
quite nice.
Yeah.
That's quite a nice like long poker kind of thing.
Yeah. It's like the hook fin.
The hook fin. Yeah.
But yeah, just like quite a nice tight little bowl as well, so I don't have to kind of whack too much in. But I could just basically fill that all up with aromatics and have a drop of bourbon with it. Lovely.
Yeah, Bourbon Neophyte says good choice, which is what we said exactly. Cobs don't ghost easily. Yeah. They really don't. I think the only thing that I remember ever ghosting a cob is Gareth Hogarth's Dark Flake. Ghosted my cob.
That's a bad ghoster though. That goes heavily, I think, anyway.
I mean, it did go out after a few smokes, but I really prefer the Dark Flake in a cob. It brings out like a chocolatiness or something in it that I don't get in Briar.
Is it the porosity, do you think, of the...
It could be that. I mean...
cob itself.
Yeah, I mean, it must... I think that's something to do with it because you hardly ever get gurgle in a cob.
Yeah.
It must be... So it kind of like seeps away the moisture, but I don't know if the cob has its own... The material has its own sweetness.
Yeah.
That it imparts to
corn, I guess.
The corn, like sweet corn, yeah. I don't know if that's what it is, but the cob, like, it really brings out any kind of casing, particular sweet casing. It brings out the sweetness in Virginias.
It's just like custom made for it, isn't it?
Exactly, yeah.
It's all of its environment, you know. Like the guys were growing back here and
exactly, yeah.
Cutting corn husks.
Yeah,
you know.
I mean it's called Missouri Meerschaum.
Yeah,
like Meerschaum, like you know, like the the kind of like stone clay kind of thing that's mainly comes from Turkey these days. It acts like meerschaum, basically, is what they're saying. Bourbon Neophyte says it pays to set the cob in the sunshine after a smoke or two to dry them out.
Yeah.
If we could get it.
We don't get sunshine.
Yeah, that's a good call. Sunbathing the pipes. Sunbathing pipes is a good idea. If you've got a vulcanite stem, though, watch out about the stem getting oxidized.
Fair.
I've got a few vulcanite stems that are starting to get that like kind of like olive green look to them. But you know they look well loved, so yeah, it's getting it a little bit, not too bad actually. But I think you can polish them up. And, but yeah,
good. That's another Blakemore.
Blakemore, yeah.
Must have a trip down to see Mike at some point.
Yeah, that'd be good. I think we should.
Earthlingborough?
Lickborough, right?
Lickborough. Yeah, near Northampton.
That company, Missouri Meerschaum, the company has been in business for over 120 years. Wow.
Yeah, I get it. Yeah.
Yeah, good pipe smoking heritage over there.
Yeah.
I read Huck Finn back when I was quite young, and I think he makes his own in the book. I think he makes his own.
That's so based.
Yeah, and I mean Missouri Meerschaum now they're selling like they've got a line where it's like a kind of like a raw cob like that, you know, where it's not like lacquered over.
Yeah.
But then the stem is just like a piece of like wooden
like dowel.
Yeah, basically, yeah. Kind of like they would have been.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Man, that's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's where it's at. Because was your first piper clay?
Exactly. Yeah. That's exactly
which was our kind of tradition.
Yeah.
Right, like 17th century.
Exactly. Yeah. I think over in Europe we were using clay mainly. Briar isn't that old.
No, it's not.
As a pipe thing, it's like 19th century, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, clay. That's another one. It just the flavor comes through so cleanly. The ball gets a little bit hot, so you have to kind of hold it by the stem, kind of like a little cigarette or a cigar or something. But David says, "Evening, gents. It was a Tom Sawyer and a Natural Morgan. Very nice."
Okay.
To be honest, I think they're both a little short for my liking, so I think I'd get a Country Gent next. It's hard to tell.
That for me was just an absolutely perfect length.
Yeah, it's got a nice long stem on it. Yeah. I mean, David, I'm smoking at the minute the Cobbit, which is like a bit of the kind of like their church warden, but it's not too long. I really enjoy this. Smoke this a lot. It's got a nice acorn shape to it.
It is nice, yeah.
Yeah. If you like the cobs, I do prefer the ones where they put like an acrylic stem on it. Like the Emerald that I got, the Pot of Gold that they do.
Yeah.
I think there's one called Rory that looks quite nice. Got a nice stem. Love the soy for the narrow ball. Yeah, narrow ball is quite nice for like Virginias and stuff. Great for sampling.
Yeah.
It's about the size of my Tampa, so it's an easy.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah.
Bourbon Neophyte says they grow the corn to make the cobs, sell the grain, and dry the cobs for 2 years before they turn them into a pipe.
Bloody hell.
That's cool. Yeah. And he has the Shire Cob. Yeah, the Shire Cob is really nice.
Yeah.
Which is what this is. I like the look of the dwarf too.
Yeah.
And
smoking.
Yeah. Drinking and
smoke.
Yeah.
Salt pork.
The Cobbits look really cool. Yeah, they do.
Yeah.
The Cobbits look cool. There's the Wizard one, which is huge.
Yeah.
Might have to get that.
Yeah.
The General MacArthur as well, I think, which is like a big old, huge bowl.
Speaking of generals, it wasn't a general because it was in the Air Force, but Blakemore do a Sir Douglas.
Right.
Great shape, and I can't remember the guy's surname to my discredit, to my shame, but he was a World War II Spitfire pilot, absolute flying ace, and that shape is lit. It's really nice. About as English as it gets. It's fish chips, cup of tea, bad food, worse weather.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But that's a lovely pipe, and I keep looking at it thinking, maybe next payday, maybe next payday. I'm pleased I went for the Malvern because I love it. That Blakemore is great for a top grade. That's an XA, but they do a Lichtbrouillère for about £95. It's as good as it gets.
Yeah.
And it's probably a good 40-50% less than what you would pay from like a Savinelli or or a Peterson. And they're made down the road, you know.
That is cool.
It's so good. I say down the road, it's like an hour and a half away.
Yeah.
Which I guess to guys in Texas like, yeah, that's like next door.
That's nothing, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, they're good pipes.
Bourbon Neophyte says, great pipe for reading. Yes.
True.
I was speaking about this recently, and I was saying how, like, it's really difficult to read when you...
Modernity.
Yeah.
Right? Modernity. Reading books. Print.
Yeah.
You know, all I come back to is like the Ghostbusters 2 is like, print is dead. But like reading stuff, you know, like reading a book, writing, you know, like handwriting. Like my handwriting's really bad. I was trying to improve it over lockdown, so I picked up some calligraphy stuff. But like, can you imagine just like Tolkien waking up? It's like, right, okay, eyes open, come on in, lads.
Yeah. Pack the ball.
Straight out, pack the ball,
Yeah.
get the church warden, pack it full of capstan, and get writing. Being able to make time to do that, to read with proper print, sit and have a cup of coffee, and your pipe, nice bowl of baccy, bro, what life?
Yeah. Yeah, I love to read when I'm with the pipe in the garage. Yeah, like the good thing about the longer stems is that like the smoking bowl is further away from your facing eyes. So, but yeah, I was. I remember back last summer reading a lot of Cormac McCarthy, Blood Meridian.
Yeah. The Red Dead book.
Yeah. With smoking a lot of this, Best Brown Flake, and yeah, just reading with the pipe. And like I said before, like I think there's some effect of the nicotine that makes concentration a bit easier, and like fiction seems a bit more evocative.
Yeah.
I don't know, something like quite like magical with it.
Yeah.
Anthony again says the sweetness along with the spice of the dram I'm sipping on as I study this new tobacco is working well.
Lovely.
That sounds great, man. It sounds like you've got a lovely little setup tonight with that that beast and the beautiful rye whiskey.
Yeah, man, I'm really jealous about that.
Yeah, that sounds great. Sounds like a great setup. But yeah, reading with a pipe is
a duet of pleasures.
a duet of pleasures. Yeah.
So just going back to the music though for a second, bro. So like, you know, in terms of the you know what we kind of listen to. So we've had a bit of jazz on tonight, and I must say, it does go down nice with a pipe.
Speaking of which, gone on.
Yeah. Let's get some more on. A bit of Miles Davis. I like all the hophead jazz, like the really at the time the out there guys. You know, like Charlie Parker, Train, Miles Davis. You know, get some proper bebop on there. That's good.
Yeah, I love that stuff, and I like some modern jazz too.
Yeah,
particularly Mammal Hands. I met those boys in Preston a few years ago. Really cool guys.
Yeah, I like the Esbjörn Svensson trio as well.
Okay.
Yeah, Memory Eternal. That guy died quite
really?
a long time ago now. Yeah, but yeah, it's good modern jazz. Yeah, but that always goes down nice on a smoke sesh.
Yes, I love jazz when I'm smoking, hanging out with you, and also alone. I really like jazz when I'm smoking. Like I said before, it seems like it creates like a nice background, like that you can project your thoughts on as you're smoking. It just goes really really nice. Yeah. Country, love the country when I'm smoking. Really like Cult of Walls. Cypress Hills in the Big Country. That's a great track to smoke to. All about getting out into nature and dropping the troubles for a while. And great track for that.
Blacktop for me, bro. Blacktop all the way.
Sleeping on the Blacktop, yeah.
That's a good
one, yeah. From Imaginary Appalachia.
Yeah.
Good album, yeah. But I'm really enjoying his new stuff too. Like his early stuff has got like a real southern gothic vibe. And he's mentioned that he's in those early albums like Call to Wall and Imaginary Appalachia, he's the guys, the producers, would really get him to push the gravel in his voice.
Right.
And he said that he felt very
inauthentic.
Yeah, he said that he felt very self-conscious doing it. Man, there's one track. What track is it? Where you can not Kate McCannon. There's one track in particular where you can really tell that he's. It might be Codeine Dream, but he's really pushing that, like, gravel in his voice. And in the new ones, like Western Swing and Waltzes and escaping me, but his voice sounds a lot more natural, and he has got a gravel to his voice, and he has got a deep voice. But when it's not pushed, it just sounds beautiful.
Yeah.
But I love 13 Silver Dollars. I love that track.
Yeah.
I love his cover of Big Iron.
Yeah.
Thinking on a Woman, great track.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of the big band stuff as well, I used to quite like to stick on. Like we get to a certain point in the evening, like, oh, should I stick us a bit of Tony on, a bit of Tony Bennett?
Tony Bennett,
yeah. Like some Stella by Starlight. Oh,
Yeah.
My heart, and I agree.
Great,
bro.
Well, I was saying how I'd got into a couple of like female vocal like jazz. I don't know. I was enjoying it. Like it came on my Spotify. There's like a couple of like Turkish women that do like jazz, and it's pretty good, and like Japanese jazz too.
Yeah. You sent me some stuff, man.
Even Moroccan.
Yeah,
I was quite enjoying it.
Yeah. I remember going back to what you're saying about Colter Wall and his voice. So there's one of the tracks that Charlie Parker did, Love a Man.
Right.
There were 2 takes of that. And the first one, he was so out of it, it was absolutely mashed. And you can hear the engineer in the other side of the room shouting, "Blow!"
Really? Yeah.
His lungs just wouldn't do it. And he released it. The company released it, and he was fuming. He was absolutely fuming that they released it because he said like, I was completely out of control, and he hated it. But like it was almost to the point where like the rest of his fan base were like, no, this is the best version. But then he re-recorded it later, and released another version, which was a lot tighter, but it kind of he wasn't out of it. You know, he was a lot more conscious, a lot more compos mentis. But yeah, it was cool. They had a they used to have, I don't know if it must have been desanctified, but they had a church that they used to the Columbia Records either owned or rented, but because it sounded so nice, they would effectively play the tracks that they were mixing into a speaker array that they'd set up inside the church, and it would, they would get all the, it would excite all the room modes. It would resonate, and they would record what was just the environment itself, and then mix that back into the track. And bro, so good, so
that
good.
Sounds amazing.
And because all those churches were all set up specifically for good acoustics.
Exactly.
So I chant at our church, and it's not a massive church. It's a reasonable size, but it sounds great. And it is different when you're in a room that sounds good.
A purpose built.
Exactly. And there were like ancient churches, like sort of turn of the first millennium, right, where they'd uncovered it, and they'd looked behind the walls, and they'd buried these flasks of sand that were tuned. So in acoustics, they call it the Helmholtz resonator, to specifically deal with problem frequencies. And we think of it like, oh yeah, we've got this high tech stuff, like we'll acoustically tune your room for you. They were doing it 1,000 years ago in churches.
That's fascinating.
Yeah,
that's really cool. We've had a few comments since. James Morgan says, I came across some Romanian klezmer today. If anyone likes that accordion fiddle combo, I can drop a YT. Yeah.
Yes, please.
For sure. We've got a brother who's married into some Romanian.
Yeah. He's the deacon at our church, and his wife is Romanian.
I mean Johnny.
Oh, sorry, Johnny. Yeah. Well, this is the other Johnny. Yeah. But both of them.
Two Johnnies married.
Two Johnnies. Two Romanian. Two Romanian married. But yeah, hit us up on that definitely.
Yeah. Virgil Walker says Coltrane's Giant Steps album is sick.
What an album!
Yeah.
What an album! So good.
I'll have to check that one out, man.
Very difficult to play. Very difficult to play.
Virgil again says coolest jazz song I've ever heard is called 9 in Roman numerals, or IX, by Mike Westbrook. I would describe it as rainy day jazz. I love rainy day jazz, bro. Coffee and rain jazz. I love it.
I'm on it.
Which is the kind I like.
First thing in the morning, I'm on it.
Yes, bro. Yeah. James Morgan says Torchesca by Sapo Pera Pesquero. You will enjoy it.
Okay.
Yes, dude. I'm into it.
Yeah.
Virgil says Sierra Ferrell is that crew of new country guys like Coulter and Childers. Also, Esther Rose. Okay. Check out Esther and Sierra on YouTube so you can see how cute they are. It's part of the appeal. Okay. Is Sierra a chick as well? I guess that's
so.
Yeah. Okay. We'll check them out, dude.
It's Lent and we're not simping, but we'll still check it out.
James says spelling it out is the test. Yeah. And then pronounce.
Not after half a bottle of bullet, let me tell you.
And then pronouncing it, bro. Pronouncing it.
Yeah.
Bourbon Neophyte says truly a great stream to listen to this afternoon as I enjoy the Strum and Pipe. 21 centigrade. Thank you for translating it, brother. As I sit on this patio this afternoon here in Las Vegas. Thank you, brother.
Vegas.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
Virgil Walker, for old country, I could go on and on. Have y'all ever heard about David Allan Coe? I have heard of him. I only know one song, which is The Ghost of Hank Williams, which I love.
Okay.
In an Alabama graveyard on a cold December day. Yeah, I love it. And the ghost of Hank Williams sings You're Cheating Hard Again. Yeah, I love it, bro. I need to listen to some more, though. A true outlaw, ex-convict. Didn't know that.
Right.
Much like Merle Haggard, who saw Johnny Cash perform at Folsom Prison, right?
Yeah.
And decided,
I never knew that.
Right. And decided to play country when he got out.
I didn't know that.
Merle was a prisoner at the time. I didn't know that either.
Every day's a school day.
I wonder what he was inside. Do you know what he was inside for?
Slapping his missus.
Well, yeah, thank you everybody for joining.
Yeah.
It's been so cool.
It's been
just
great.
Like being in the smoke lounge.
Yeah, it's been super.
But yeah, we're gonna check out Sierra Ferrell. We're gonna check out Esther Rose. And I'll check out some more David Allan Coe. Yeah.
And then in terms of sort of future, like streams and casts, I think we're just happy to be led by you guys, aren't we? You know,
absolutely, yeah. Like, if you guys have any input, the kind of stuff that you want to hear about, ask us about, for example, or we're totally into.
Let us know.
Yeah,
we're up for it.
This was like a little bit of an experiment, really.
Yeah. Does the technology work?
Yeah,
First
exactly.
of all, we're going to be against modernity, like he says with his iPhone 7.
Yeah, exactly.
And his MacBook. Yeah.
But like we've been saying for a while, we've been talking about live streams, and we were because what we'd basically do is I'd come to Dion's or he'd come to mine, and we'd do a pipecast, and then when that was in the can, we'd have a drink and a smoke, and we'd carry on talking, and we just thought, well, the conversation that we're having now may be just as interesting to other people, because we're certainly enjoying it. Maybe other people are into it too.
Yeah.
So maybe we just film what we're talking about now, and I think this is it, basically.
Yeah,
so,
for sure.
And we've had a few people join us, which has been amazing, and I've certainly enjoyed it.
Yeah, for sure.
Bourbon Neophyte says, remember to smash that like button and support this channel. Yes, brother.
Please, mister. Please.
Smash like. We forgot to say it.
Yeah.
But that reminds me.
We're quite reticent about that, though. We're like,
yeah.
You know, like, oh, well, really helps. I like the one that Dankula does. It's like you're just playing up to it. Like, please smash the subscribe button. It really helps the algorithm.
Yeah. But yeah, David says, love the live stream idea. I don't have anyone nearby, so this is as close as it gets. God bless, chaps. Well, thank you, man.
Thank you.
And that means a lot to us, because
for sure.
A couple of people have said that, you know, we are really lucky to sort of have each other.
Right.
To smoke with and chat with, because I guess a lot of people don't have that.
Yeah.
So I mean, it is really cool that we have each other for that.
Stay on your grind, though, bros.
Yes.
Stay on your grind.
I mean, it is really valuable to have someone to smoke with. Virgil Walker says, ha ha ha, nice. Maybe that was to my singing, I'm not sure. Bourbon Neophyte says, this is genuine, your content is perfect. Thank you, man. I'm really glad that people are enjoying it.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, because we have a blast doing it. So,
you know, we both work. You know, we've both got sort of family stuff and life stuff. So maybe this is the bit to sign off on. Maybe that you know, in terms of modernity. But like, you know, we're both sort of family guys. And not family guys like. But you know, we've got kind of pressures at work or pressures at home and stuff going on in our lives. So like, this is just the purest fun for us. This is our kind of our downtime.
It really is.
So
I mean,
it's great to share it.
I always look forward to hanging with you and smoking, having a drink. Thomas Cousins, newcomer I think, says, have you tried some laid back music like Lester Young and Billie Holiday? It's relaxing to listen to.
Billie Holiday's great.
Yeah,
Billie
we
Holiday's
like Billie
really
Holiday
good.
actually. Yeah, we've spoken about Billie Holiday before.
She's a bit of a wrong'un. She's a lot of a wrong'un. But a lot of the jazzers were. They were all.
Yeah,
like that.
it seems to go hand in hand.
Yeah, for sure.
Back then, at least. Anyway.
Right. But yeah, she's great.
I think jazz has cleaned up a lot.
Yeah.
Modern jazz has certainly cleaned up a lot.
Yeah. There's modernity for you.
Yeah.
Nobody's doing smack now.
Yeah, no smack, no soul.
Yeah.
But yeah, we wanted to say as well, if you want to contact us, drop a comment or get us at sweetgalennispipes@gmail.com if you want to, message us privately or whatever. And we started a Discord as well.
Started a Discord, yeah.
So we'll have to put that in the comments down below so you can join in. So that's so if hopefully we can create like a little bit of a community.
Yeah.
And maybe you guys can find like smoke buddies through that. You know?
Yeah, that's a good shout.
Maybe you can start your own little chapters, like, I don't know, in you guys in America you can do like a state chat.
Yeah.
And there'll be a general smoke lounge where we can talk about what we're smoking. It's be informal, cool. Post a little picture of what you're smoking.
Yeah, tell us all about it.
Yeah.
What you're drinking, what you're listening to.
Exactly, yeah. So that hopefully we can foster a nice little community like that. Virgil says, will there be a regular broadcast time? Don't want to miss the next live.
I think this is maybe the right time, the right day.
Yeah.
If not, maybe we can, if we get a bit more time, we can add another one in. But I think this seems to work pretty well for us.
Yeah, I think working on our schedule as it currently is, it's probably going to be every other Saturday.
Yeah.
At around about 8 p.m, 8:30 GMT. Yeah, Greenwich Mean Time.
Yeah. So that's kind of like lunchtime.
Yeah.
Lunchtime East Coast.
Yeah.
I guess.
So, but I will make sure to put out a community post ahead of time.
Yeah.
So that you guys know. Thank you, man. Good question. James Morgan says, cheers lads, that 2 hours went quickly. Yeah, I can't.
2 hours?
Well, we're coming up to 2 hours.
You are kidding me.
We're on 1 hour 37.
Wow.
So yeah.
Okay.
I know.
That's been a blast.
It's been great, yeah. And again, thank you for joining us. It's been really cool.
Pleasure.
Yeah, I had loads of fun, and to be honest, I can't wait for the next one.
Yeah, sounds good. God bless, guys.
Yeah, thanks for tuning in. God bless. We'll see you soon. We'll do regular pipecasts as well, like pre-recorded stuff.
So 2 weeks time, we've got Pascha.
Yeah.
So maybe we do one for Pascha.
Yeah, that would be good,
We've
man.
got a big shindig coming up here at mine for Pascha. So maybe that's the way to finish the Holy Week stuff off.
Yeah, man. So that's coming up, and Holy Week will be like the last stretch, and be a lot of time for contemplation, and But then after it's the feast is on.
Yeah.
The feast is on. Bourbon Neophyte says it's 2:20.
Okay.
In Vegas currently.
Vegas time, yeah. Okay.
Having a nice little smoke at 2:30. Beautiful.
Amazing.
Beautiful time for it. Yeah.
Yeah, good stuff.
What did I want to say before I go? Don't remember.
Discord. We'll stick the Discord stuff in there, won't we?
We'll put the email, the Discord, in the comments. I think what we're going to do now is we're going to have a couple of Drew Estate Liga Privadas.
Yeah. Finish this bottle of bourbon.
Probably finish the bottle of bourbon, yeah.
And regret it in the morning.
Absolutely, yeah.
I've got a chant tomorrow.
Is there a tip?
Yes, there is.
There
is, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Good thing you mentioned. Yeah. Good. Okay. Right. So yeah, we've got to be up for church.
Yeah.
Anybody in Houston? If anybody is in Houston, give Virgil a shout. Let's set up communities.
Yeah,
let's get
good.
people in touch with each other.
Good.
Joshua says, "Cheers, been fun. Thank you, brother. It's been great to speak to you recently, and I'm really glad you joined us. So yeah,
good stuff.
let's wrap it up.
Let's do it. Thanks, guys.
Thanks for listening, and
God bless.
God bless. Virgil says maybe post a teaser video to advertise the upcoming live. Okay,
yeah.
We'll see what we
Good
can do.
Good shout.
James Wonger says check out Whiskey Crusaders and hang at the Castle Mate.
Okay.
That's for Virgil Walker. Okay, right, we're going to do it